Hello, friends, and welcome to a new episode in this series called Mastering the Art of Automation Testing. In this episode, I'll cover basic prerequisites that will help you follow along with the series. These are not deal breaking prerequisites, and I'll try to cover them in different videos, so make sure you subscribe to get notified when the next video is being uploaded. So, let's start. What are these prerequisites? The first point here is manual testing. Basic knowledge of manual testing is essential as it lays the foundation for understanding the core principles of software testing. A key point to remember is that not all tests can be covered by automation. When you have a solid grasp of manual testing, you're better equipped to design effective automated tests. Manual testing experience teaches you how to identify key test scenarios and prioritize what should be automated. Next is basic programming knowledge. Probably to no surprise, this is essential for writing and maintaining automated tests. This series will use JavaScript and TypeScript, but basic knowledge in any programming language will be helpful. Understanding these languages enables you to write test scripts that can automate repetitive testing tasks, ensuring that your software functions correctly with every update or change. Understanding OOP or object-oriented programming is a nice bonus because it will make your code reusable and more easily maintainable. Next on our list is HTML and CSS basic knowledge. Knowing how HTML and CSS work allow you to accurately locate and interact with web elements during test automation. For instance, when writing automated scripts with tools like Playwright or Selenium, you need to identify elements using locators such as ID of an element, classes, tags, or plain old CSS selectors. I think this is an easy to learn but hard to master topic that I will cover in other videos. I'll try to cover other topics as well, and I'll link them whenever that is possible. Another key point here is some database knowledge. So to be able to simulate various scenarios oftentimes requires specific datasets to be present in the application's database. Sometimes this can be done as part of the test and does not require database interactions. But sometimes with applications that are really complex and require extra steps that cannot be performed with automation, maybe something like two-factor authentication, it might be better to skip some part of the test, and one way to do that is with database interactions. But this can also be used to verify that data is stored correctly in the database, giving you a more granular way of testing. So some database knowledge is required. Next on our list is REST messaging protocol or SOAP, it depends, but some basic knowledge is required. Automation testing often involves testing APIs to ensure that they function correctly and provide the expected response to client requests, but also this can be used to your advantage as with the database. Another point on our list is VCS or version control system. Automation testing often involves collaborating among team members. A VCS allows team members to work on the same code base without the fear of overwriting each other's changes. But it's also useful when maintaining more than one version of a software. Up to this point, everything I already mentioned were hard prerequisites or deal breaking, but this one is more of a nice to have to complete this series. If you plan to work solo, this is not needed, but as soon as you are part of a team, this will become a must. Next, we have basic command line knowledge. Although we live in a world where everything seems to have a graphical user interface or a GUI. There are things that cannot be done using the graphical interface, or it takes you longer to do the exact same thing by clicking buttons on the screen. Many automation testing frameworks and tools offer command line interfaces for running tests from the terminal or command prompt. Like the VCS, this is not a hard requirement for this course because you'll type what I type, but anything from updating a packet in a framework to setting up whole environments, be sure that at some point you'll need to use the command line interface. So these are the basics. What other skills you need? Well, that's problem solving skills. Now, this is not something that I can teach you. I'll do my best to provide guidance, but more often than not, you'll encounter problems that have particularities, hence will require specific solution. Why this is so important? Because tests can fail for various reasons, for example, an environment issue. So being able to diagnose failed tests is critical. But anything from maintaining a test suite to optimizing test performance will test your debugging skills. So, as a wrap up, an automation tester is not just a person executing scripts, but more of an engineer that has real knowledge. They possess a deep understanding of programming languages, testing methodologies, and automation frameworks knowledge. This concludes this episode, but stay tuned by hitting that subscribe button for the next episode in the series where we'll set up the environment and the tools necessary. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and make sure to leave a comment with any questions or feedback that you might have. Have a nice day.